everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features one team who wants to ground and pound. The Redskins are top 10 in rushing yards, and they're going up against a Giants team that will need to keep the running game in check.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Detroit! Detroit! Check. All right, here we go. Leopard!
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Leopard! Hurry up!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Set! Over! Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. All right, now, look at 56.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Redskins send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45. First down, Drake. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Right back to Drake. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Luck. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
His first carry, he loses the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there raining.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
Second down, it's Drake. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They come out here in the eye. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Going to give this time to the tailback. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and that will make our score 9-0. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if, while the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
They go play action here on first down. Now he'll escape to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Partner, if we've heard it once, we've heard it 1,000 times. Don't throw late down the middle.
And he did. We see the end result.
Yeah, what you have to do is you've got to make sure you manipulate those defenders with your eyes and your head, maybe even some body movement to move them a little if you're going to come back late down the middle.
They'll start the drive with Drake. Nifty footwork at the 45. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he is out of bounds just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Here's Luck now on second down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. Out of the gun, Luck. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And the Giants send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And here come the Redskins now. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And that play is able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Drake will start the drive on the ground. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, of one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
They stay on the ground with Drake. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Love. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. They'll set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now a handoff looking right. And some room to roam now. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 33 and a first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now on first down, Drake again. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Red zone opportunity. They'll send the tight end in motion left. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stock troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick here is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Very short kick. This will be taken. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So we come upon, and no update from Larry this week, apparently. We'll try again in week 7. But for now, let's get back to the action, ready to kick off the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. In motion goes the tight end. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Love. Flushed out right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It looked like he tried it all there, tried to use some physicality, right? Tried to use some footwork, some head fakes, but he was covered the entire way. Dogged in every step. That forced the incompletion. No separation at the end of the route.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A good pickup there at 22. He'll drop to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here we go now. 3-19.
And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard, right at the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Ball on the 3, third down and goal. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Redskins scoop it. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Let's go.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And the Redskins scoop it. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. It's their quarterback. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Redskins have taken the lead. And the lead is up to 5. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep, find some space, and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. On the give, this is Drake. And he loses the football the second time. And the Redskins scoop it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll set up a throw. Buying time to his left. And he's got room. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Fresh set of downs here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
3rd and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 13-yard line. They'll fake it. Now Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Now a handoff for Drake. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive, and when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now Locke. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. And this is back to a 5-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll drop the throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Let go now. Green, 39. Watch it now, Barney.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Luck on first down. Over the middle here to Wilson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Here's Luck. Eluding the pressure right. They find some open field here. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. To throw on 2nd down is Luck. And his throw here is incomplete. Michael Burton, the fullback, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Luck now to throw. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. From the 50, it's locked. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at about the 31. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Good. Here we go now. Green. No. Check. Patriot.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Being chased out left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Check. Patriot. Good.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Let's go. Watch it now, Barney. Detroit. Good. Hurry up. Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. There he goes left side. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this is back to a 5-point game. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll be knocked down sideways. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 19. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick-6 for a Redskins touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do that.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. One last throw here for Love. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. Well, Charles, the forecast called for